Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Folge Bravo Web TV. Neben mir sitzt die liebe Tayla Parx. Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi.
Für alle, die sie noch nicht kennen, Tayla hat schon ganz viele Songs geschrieben, unter anderem Thank You Next und High Hopes. Thank You Next von Ariana Grande und High Hopes von Panic at the Disco. Und ja, heute ist sie hier, um mit uns zu sprechen. I just introduced you by saying how many songs you've already written. Thank You Next was one example, and it went extremely viral. How can we imagine like a songwriting session between you and Ari?
I think the biggest part of the songwriting sessions between me and Ariana is like just the friendship. And same thing, like, you know, when you add Tommy and Victoria into the mix, it's definitely something that's just full of laughter or full of tears if the song is sad or whatever. It's just real emotion.
Okay, great. So it's more like talking to friends, right?
Exactly, therapy.
And what inspires you in songwriting in general?
I think life is the biggest inspiration. Like, there's a song in every single conversation, and like sometimes it's what I imagine I would want life to be like, and sometimes it's exactly what life is for me, you know? It just depends on what story I'm trying to tell that day or what my heart is trying to say.
And you will drop your album, We Need to Talk, on the 5th April. What can you tell us about it?
It's definitely some of the most personal music that I've released because it's my story without any filters, right? For the very first time kind of like in my career, I'm able to kind of go just all the way in and not really have to think about, is this the way that this person would say it or is this the way that they would sing it? It's just about me and what comes out naturally from my heart.
So will there be any features on it or not?
Yes, there's going to be some features. There's 3 different features right now, and I've been keeping it under wraps. But one of them is an incredibly talented singer named Cautious Clay. And I love him, and I remember when I first met him, and it was just like, yo, I shot him a DM, and we linked up when I was in New York. And it was awesome, you know.
And is there an artist you would really love to make a feature with, if you could think of someone?
Right now, it would be Tyler, the Creator, because I really respect him overall as an artist, like both as a director, as a creative in general. He's just incredible to me.
How about Ari?
Definitely Ariana would be awesome to do one. I think that it just has to happen supernatural, and like whatever we both feel like gets both of our art across. It would be so much fun to do a song with it.
So we have a little game here. You're holding it there. A few names of celebrities you might know. And yeah, you have to pick one by one and then tell me a story that comes to your mind when you hear that name, or talk about the best memory you had with this person. All right?
Boom, boom. Let's go.
Great. So start. Pick one.
All right. Let's see what they got here. Hailey Bieber. Okay, I've met Hailey one time, but there's not really a story that comes on. It was during Fashion Week. Super nice.
Yeah. I loved your caption. You like wrote, I think, trying to socialize once or something like that.
Yes, exactly. I'm the most like anti-social, outgoing person. And so to get me out of the house is kind of hard. But once I'm out, we'll have fun.
Okay. Great. Yeah. Next name?
Let's see. Khalid. Khalid has a special place in my heart because he was one of the very first artists that featured on a project of mine. He featured on the Tailor Made mixtape with the song Runaway that we did. And also, when he was just starting out, his team approached me about working, and they had this young, fresh, new artist, and to watch his growth has been amazing, you know?
You just like exploded one day.
Yes, definitely, and he's only getting more and more talented, so it's awesome.
Yeah, great. Okay, next one.
Ariana. Of course, very funny. We've known each other for years and years and years, and every time we run back into each other in life, it's another level, like it's another stratosphere that she's kind of burst into. So it's, again, awesome to watch her growth as an artist, you know?
Do you like have a group chat all together with your squad?
Yes, it's called the First Wives Club. Yeah. Let's see. Fifth Harmony, another one where it's like it was one of my first opportunities to really show what I could do and really take control and kind of be a part of an artist's growth. And I was very young at the time, and to have that like kind of power was like scary at first, but also it was the greatest challenge and kind of forcing me off the edge to do what I had to do.
Great. How was hanging out in the studio with them?
It was awesome because like it was the first time that I was working with a girl group. So instead of one artist, I was having to focus on 5 different girls, 5 different emotions, 5 different tones of voices. And it was a fun challenge for me.
Kind of hard.
Yeah, I don't like it if it's easy. BTS. BTS, I've done so much K-pop, and I was doing it before kind of everybody knew who BTS was, or before people knew 21 and Red Velvet and all these people. And so I love the fact that K-pop is finally broken into the States and just like everywhere else. It's really awesome because they are a part of kind of redefining genres, you know, and they mix so many different kinds of music, and I love that about K-pop.
Or have you met some K-pop band?
I've met so many of them, like because I've written for about 7 different K-pop. Yes, Red Velvet, 21, BTS, some FX. It's been really, really incredible, and I think that the thing that makes me like doing is the fact that it's a challenge in mixing pop music, R&B music, mixing throwbacks and new school, and it's fun, you know.
Is it different to write for K-pop than for others?
Definitely, because the U.S. artists, they usually stick to one genre because it's easier, I guess, for their label to kind of grasp the idea of. And I think that K-pop music is so massive because of the fact that it ignores all of the rules that most U.S. artists feel that they have to follow.
Great, thank you.
Demi Lovato. Demi Lovato, I love her. She's a Texan, and you know, obviously she can really, really, really sing. And like we were able to have so many fun sessions and like just kind of get to know each other a little bit more. And obviously, if you're a Texan, I love you off the bat.
Yeah, great. I think there are a few more.
Yes. Let's see. Normani. Well, Normani, I mean, it kind of goes back to the Fifth Harmony phases where it was like to be able to be a part of an artist's growth from the very, very beginning is really, really special to me because I like to see where they go and I like to be a part of that, you know?
What was your reaction when you heard, like, they're gonna split up?
Well, I think that it's one of those things that, you know, when you're in a group, it is hard to please everybody. It's hard for everybody to kind of get their way. And it's kind of inevitable almost that eventually everybody feels that they want to grow more. And you can't always grow with having to think about a group of other people as well. You know, you kind of have to do what's best for the group, which is something that I know is hard, you know, because you feel like you want to run, but you have to speed walk a little bit, you know. But I'm really, really proud of her, you know. Rihanna. The very first session that I ever had with Rihanna, and like probably one of the few because other than that, usually like she hasn't like been in the room, but like, I remember I woke up out of bed at like maybe 2 in the morning and my publisher didn't tell me where I was going. He was just like, I'm going to send a car for you and just show up, you know? And I didn't know that it was for her. And so I obviously was like, when I met her, you know, and it's probably, other than that, usually I see her maybe like out and about, if ever. But she's one of the artists that I haven't worked so closely with, but I admire.
Kind of starstruck, right?
Yeah, I was like, yo, and she's so cool and down to earth, so it's awesome.
That's good. Okay, I think it's the last one, right?
Last one. Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is really, really cool, and we also have a song together that I'm singing on, and it went in her video game. And so it was pretty random, and it was also at a time where I didn't really write for a lot of rappers, or write with a lot of rappers, because she still wrote her verses. And it's just like the singing parts that I was able to kind of be a part of. And so the first song that I wrote, she was like, this is too sweet, right? And I was like, okay, we're going to go back at it again and try it. And then all of a sudden, she pushed me as a writer, and that was a hook that went into her video game.
Is it sometimes hard if you like get the critique for your songs?
Sometimes, but I always think that that's kind of the most fun part of being able to change and kind of be a chameleon. Like, if not everything that I write or that I sing is gonna be what that artist wants, or it's not gonna all be perfect. And it's our job together as both the artist and sometimes me as the artist to figure out how to make both parties happy, you know?
Great. Thank you so much for your time. We're done.
Of course. That's so nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you. Wenn euch das Video gefallen hat, dann gebt dem Video einen Daumen nach oben und abonniert unseren Kanal. Checkt auf jeden Fall alle ihr neues Album aus, We Need to Talk. Es erscheint am 5. April, alle merken. Und ja, bis zum nächsten Mal. Bis dann. Bye.
Bye.